What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about sponsored videos here on YouTube. Now, if you watch a lot of YouTube, you've probably been noticing a lot more sponsored videos in your feed, and that's for two different reasons. The first is that advertisers are finally starting to take notice of YouTube, and they're attempting to advertise through YouTubers so that we can get to you, the audience. Second reason is that YouTubers are accepting a lot more paid promo. There's a lot more offers coming down the pipe. Some of them are very reasonable, so they accept them, and as YouTube payout continues to dwindle every single day, these guys are just trying to keep their businesses or their channels afloat. But the other reason that you are seeing so many more sponsored ads is because people who are getting paid to play games or paid to show off products in their videos finally have to disclose it due to an update to FTC regulations. Basically what happened is that the Federal Trade Commission, also known as the FTC, ruled on that whole machinima Xbox kerfuffle that happened during the Xbox One launch, and they ruled that those companies had misled the audience by paying off YouTubers and those YouTubers not being instructed to properly disclose the information that they were being paid to promote the Xbox One, and because of that, things have changed all across the board. Previous to these updates, a lot of unscrupulous YouTubers would hide the fact that they were creating sponsored content, and they would accept the money or the free product or whatever it is, put it in a video, and they would never say anything about it. Or alternatively, they would use some sort of misleading comment like, "Thank you, Microsoft," or "Thank you, Samsung, for making this video possible." The FTC has had enough of that, and you're not supposed to do that anymore. Now, I'm going to give you a rudimentary idea of how these new regulations work so you know what to watch out for. I'm also going to link a FAQ by the FTC in the description box below so you can help us watchdog other YouTubers, including myself, to make sure we're doing it right. Let's pretend these scissors are a highly valuable product, okay? And I can have these scissors in my video, and I can use them in the video. I can even talk about how great they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, if a PR company that helps promote these scissors gave me money to put these in the video, then I absolutely have to disclose it. And if the scissor company that makes these scissors sent me this for free, I have to disclose that as well. Now, the way this is disclosed is entirely up to the YouTuber, unfortunately, because the FTC doesn't make it very clear. But the good YouTuber is going to make it very clear for you. They're going to put the word ad possibly in the title box. They're going to put a sponsored video in the description box. And hopefully they'll also do a verbal call to action saying that this is a sponsored video or they have been compensated in some way, even if it's just with a review code. They're going to let you know exactly what they got. Now, the FTC is very large, and YouTubers are very small in their eyes, so the chances of them investigating any one YouTuber or company of YouTubers is pretty slim. The good news is that these big companies, the game companies and the PR companies that help bring this paid promo to YouTube, they are scared shitless of being sued by the FTC exactly the same way Machinima was, and they're not having it. So every time they've sent me paid promotion, they've had very specific guidelines of how they wanted me to make sure I was disclosing. Unfortunately, in my opinion, a lot of these paperwork packages I've gotten have not been up to my personal standards, and I've been going above and beyond to disclose every single thing I get and every single thing I do, because I always want to make sure you know exactly how I'm being influenced before I try to influence you in any way. Not every YouTuber is going to do that, though, and that's where you come in. If you have even a slight suspicion whether or not a video is sponsored in any way, check the description box for any language that implies that it could be. Check the title tag. Be sure to watch the entire video to listen for a verbal call. All of that stuff should be there. If that doesn't satisfy you enough, then be sure to ask that YouTuber whether or not they're on the up and up. Ask them on Twitter, on their Facebook, in the comment section. And this goes for me too. If you feel like I'm advertising a product to you and it makes you feel unsafe and uncomfortable, ask me. And chances are most YouTubers will absolutely tell you the truth to your face. Reward the YouTubers who do sponsored content in the way that you want them to, or maybe if they don't do it at all, maybe that's your preference. If you see a YouTuber who's not up to snuff, let them know about those FTC regulations, because you could be saving them or the company they work for thousands and thousands of dollars if they're screwing up and they just don't know what they're supposed to do. But above all, employ critical thinking, because it's the most powerful tool that you have, and apply it to everything you do in life, but especially here on YouTube. Whether you're watching sponsored content or whether you're just watching a regular video, remember to think for yourself. It's the coolest thing we know how to do as humans. So if you see a clearly marked sponsored video in your ad, try not to get too upset, because those are the good guys. The guys who are telling you that if you don't like sponsored content, don't watch this particular video, go on to the next one. They're the good guys. And I think even if you don't want to watch those videos, maybe you should support that. I hope that you do. All right. I love you guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll speak with you again soon. I got a sponsored video coming up later this week. I plan to mark it very, very clearly. See ya.